Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. We're talking 58 Chevys tonight. One of my favorite offerings from General Motors from the 50s. I mean, the 58 Chevy, you either love it or you hate it. A friend of my dad's told me that when they came out, an ad slogan they had was, "What a chromy car," because of all the extra chrome and doodads they had on it. It was kind of the epitome of Harley Earl's jet set age, you know, with all the extras, fins and chrome and things. Well, being one of my favorite cars, I can't just have one of them. And so I'm gonna build the AMT 58 Impala as well, but I'll get to that in a minute. But I thought we'd just do a comparison of these two kits. Now, the Revell kit is new. It came out, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. You know, early 2000s, mid to early 2000s. So it has all the computer technology. It's a great kit. I'm not debating that. It has, you know, so you don't have to do the bare metal foil. All the chrome trim on this is separate pieces, and the body has been recessed. So you just put that chrome trim on there. And bare metal foil is nice, but nothing looks as good as chrome plated trim. Even that trim around the fenders, that's all separate. The only foiling you have to do on this kit is around the windshield frame, the roof, the rear window, and the vent wings. All of the rest is included. The 348 and the tri-power is really, really great. A really, really nice engine. The separate exhaust, very detailed rear end and front suspension. You've got separate door handles. You've got decals for the interior that replicate a stock 58 interior. This trunk actually opens, you know, a detailed opening trunk. I glued it shut. So yeah, I mean, you could say, come on, man, the Revell 58 is hands down a better kit, and I wouldn't argue with you on that. The AMT 58 Chevy, which I was just kind of looking at it before I started filming, I mean, as far as 1/25th scale, they're almost identical as far as, you know, length and width and all that. So I don't know if Revell copied or what was going on. It looks, as I look at it now though, it looks like the roof line of the Revell might just be a skosh higher. I don't know. Maybe it just is an optical illusion. I can't really tell if that's true. I'll drop that down and see if you can see it. Let's see. Maybe just a little bit. Let's look at the back end. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe the AMT's got just a mild chop going there. I don't know. They're both very good. They're both very detailed. Especially if you think about this AMT kit when it came out. I mean, this kit probably came out in 1958, and it's been reissued over the years. This particular issue I have is from the late 80s from AMT, so it had been reissued a ton of times. You could give points to the AMT 58 because it has opening doors. And honestly, it's got a really decent chassis and separate exhaust. It's not bad. It's pretty good considering it's an old AMT kit. There was a lot of flashing I had to clear off in here. The AMT kit has a ton of extra cool parts. Let's see what's in here. You know, they've got drag parts, they've got custom parts. There's a lot of extra parts in the AMT kit. That's cool to use. You know, the decals aren't great, as you can remember from most AMT kits. You get a custom grille, as well as the stock grille. It's pretty good. Stock hubcaps, and then some custom hubcaps. So yeah, the Revell 58 is probably a better kit, but here is why I'm gonna build this AMT 58. Number one, I had it on the shelf. That's always a plus when you already have a kit on the shelf. And these 58s are very popular. If you go on eBay and try to buy one, they seem like they're 50, 60 bucks. And I'm kind of like, you know, I already got one. So But here's one of the main reasons I chose the AMT 58, besides the fact that I already had it, which was a big deal, is all the chrome pieces on this 58 are molded in to the body. Now, normally that's not a good thing because you've got a lot of foiling to do, a lot of detailing. Chrome that just comes off a tree is a lot better. But the reason I'm picking this is because I want to get rid of a lot of that chrome. This is going to be my next custom build for my customs build off. And so this is a stock side, as you can see, with all the trim, the vents, the Impala logo up and around the spear and the fins, the little portholes by the headlight, the rocker molding, okay, everything that we see on this 58, all there. The little spears, I didn't foil them. They're little spears that are down, you know, next to the bumper there. You know, just lots of chrome on this thing. So I've already done one side. I'm going to show you the other side, what I've done already. So I'm going to build like a Larry Watson style custom, and it's going to be heavily de-chromed. Pretty much the only chrome is going to be the side spear and the windshield and the rear window, the vent wings, and the fake vent in the roof. So as you can see, when you have molded in chrome, like this, it's a lot easier to get rid of. You just get that file out and you just go to town. On this car, if I wanted to get rid of all that chrome, I would actually have to fill divots in the body. That is a lot of work, filling those divots, making sure they're smooth, and getting all the body work right. So if you're gonna wanna build a 58 Chevy that you wanna remove a lot of the chrome, I would suggest the AMT because it's all molded in. So I removed the vents from the front fender. I removed the big vent from the rear quarter. I removed the spears from the bumper thing. I removed this little doodad, whatever you call that. The Impala logo's gone. And this chrome trim is gone. And I mean, I just pretty much sanded the seam and molded it in. And so what you've got there is you've got a pretty custom vehicle within this. I mean, I think I spent like 30 or 45 minutes on this left side, just getting this all smoothed out. I put some masking tape over the spear to make sure I didn't accidentally bump into that with the file. There are some dips, some casting dips, some depressions right there by the headlight. I got those out on this side. There's parting lines there. There's a parting line there. Those are gone. So within like a half an hour, 45 minutes, you know, I was halfway done with the customizations on this body. Like I said, I'm thinking about, as you can see, like I just kind of molded that in. I'm thinking about a Larry Watson style paint job. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm trying to figure out what colors it should be. And it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be low. It's gonna have full caps, wide whites, maybe lake pipes. I don't know, it's gonna be a late 50s custom, just de-chromed, kind of mild custom, just de-chromed with a cool paint job. But if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna be building a car that needs to be de-chromed, I would suggest the AMT kit because everything's molded in and you can just whip it right off there. If you're building a stock 58 or you just want to keep all the chrome, go with Revell because that looks really good. All that chrome from the chrome tree looks amazing. The body is recessed for it, so it sits flat when you put it on there. Mirrors, door handles, all that stuff. It's a really nice kit. I mean, you really can't go wrong with either one of these kits. It just depends on what you want to do, how you want to build it. When I built this 58, I just wanted to build a nice 58 Chevy, and then at the last minute I decided to flake the roof. So it's barely a custom. It's lowered. It's got a flaked roof, but it's got all the stock trim and stuff on it. It's even got the stock engine. It's got the 348 with the 3 deuces in there. And I'm gonna go more custom for my customs group build. I've been into customs lately. So this one's getting the kind of de-chrome job. One thing that I can't do on this one that I would have done on this one is it would have been cool but expensive to get another kit and take the other kit's spear like this and flip it over and put it on the front. Okay, so it's got the same kind of spear front and back. I don't know if you've noticed, but the 58 Chevy has this kind of fluted rocket looking thing on the front fender, and then that kind of trim on the back fender. If you got two of these kits, you could do a really cool trick where you could take one of these, cut that off, shorten it, and flip it around and put it on the front, and that'd be pretty cool. Most people probably wouldn't notice. I'd notice. I would think that was cool. I'm not gonna be able to do that on this 58 because it's all molded in. If I was really, you know, very handy and had a lot of time on my hands, I could sand that down and maybe get one of those and put on it, but I think that's more work than I want to do. So there you go. There's the two 58s. You really can't go wrong with either of these kits. The old AMT 58 is probably going to be easier and cheaper to find, just because there were a ton of them, and I think everybody wants to build the Revell 58, which is a fantastic kit. I mean, it really is, because of just the detail. It's more modern of a kit. Everything is a lot more crisp. They probably prepped that kit with a computer, I'm sure. But I think that there's the 58 for the AMT 58 is still a pretty cool kit, considering when it was made, and the fact that you can just sand off all the stuff that you don't want and put a good paint job on it. So we'll see what happens. Tune in later for more updates on the 58. Plus, I needed to start at a different car because I was getting a little bit stale in building. I've been really tired. I haven't felt like painting the custom 36 because it's been like it has been over 100 degrees for like 30 days, 33 days straight in Texas. And so I can't paint in the house. And if I'm trying to paint that 36 outside, it's not gonna turn out very well with the heat and humidity. So I needed to start something else just to keep going. So that's why I started the 58 Chevy. So I'm gonna dechrome the other side, start thinking about colors, probably put the suspension together and get it all lowered. I've got some hubcaps for it that I think will be really cool, and we'll update you on that later. If you don't mind, think about subscribing, and thanks for all the likes and the comments, and this community is just really great. So y'all have a good night.